It's just a great classroom for us.
Wilma Lee has arrived. The skipjack is now docked here at the Maritime Museum in Annapolis. Come with me as I go on board and get closer to the history of the Chesapeake Bay. With a slight breeze, the Wilma Lee, which spent her life dredging oysters, has found her retirement home. From high above its 65-foot sails, the skipjack, one of only 21 still sailing in the bay, pulls into Annapolis, not far from where she grew up 78 years ago in Dorchester County. Family was there to greet her.
Wilma was my aunt, who the boat was named after, in partnership with the other captain who named the second half of the name Lee after his daughter.
JANIS Parks Beach carries the same last name as the man who has his fingerprints from stern to bow, shipbuilder BRONZA Parks. JANIS took a tour for the first time.
My great uncle built her at the commissioning of my grandfather, Orville Parks Sr. And he built it for a captain that lost his boat in a storm.
Ladies and gentlemen, fire in the hole. Please cover your ears.
It was a champagne party after bringing her north from Ocracoke, North Carolina. She became too much to maintain for a private buyer who purchased her in 2002. So the past board chairman, Buck Buchanan, led the effort to acquire her for the museum.
She is a genuine antique, particularly for Chesapeake Bay lovers like we are.
An anonymous donor who was in the crowd put up $60,000 to turn Wilma Lee into a floating classroom. The Bay Bulletin helped get the word out of the sale a year ago. The reason the skipjack is here is to teach what it was like on these waters years ago.
You couldn't dredge under power, by the way. You could only dredge under sail, and they used to harvest oysters, in the R months, so in the cold months, throughout the Chesapeake Bay. In Annapolis and the Chesapeake Bay are one of the gold mines for oysters back in the day.
It was tough work.
In the morning when they would get up, they would actually take their fingers and they would peel them apart because they would be stuck together because they're so raw in between the fingers.
We got a look on board and you could feel 78 years worth of stories trying to surface. You'll be able to hear them all after the Coast Guard certifies the ship. The Wilma Lee will host private tours, weddings, even yoga on the deck. And with every namaste, know she is listed on the National Register of Historic Places.
It's a very proud moment.
It's a toast to a new home and new history. For Chesapeake Bay Magazine's Bay Bulletin, I'm CHERYL COSTELLO.